Welcome back to part 3 of week 19. We're just going to jump right into it. So you guys are sitting down, having a good meal. Anything you guys like to discuss?
Well, here we are.
It has been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it has. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what we can say.
Save it for after we've killed the beast.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
Hearing that, I'm gonna raise my glass, and cheers to that.
Cheers.
Marwin picks up his bottle
Um,
and just starts throwing back the bottle.
I feel like we've done all the preparation we can do for this fight. I don't know what more can be done. I don't think we have any other secret allies elsewhere that we don't. At least I don't. I've reached out to pretty much everyone I know, and seems like the North is at war. The gold dragon can't help. I don't know what more we can do except rest and prepare for tomorrow.
And as for tomorrow, have we thought about our location, our staging area for this battle? Whether we stay together or assume roles.
Well, I don't know about Vrax, but I'm better on the ground, close. I can do okay from a distance, but I feel I'm better as up close.
Then perhaps Vrax and I take to the skies, and you can hold down on the ground once the dragon is trapped.
I can certainly try.
You can be sure I won't be staying in the skies long.
Again, if we can keep it on the ground, I feel we're at a severe advantage.
I thought about the possibility of me riding on the airship, at least until we get it to the ground.
Well, I mean, range seems to be your extreme strong suit. So, I don't think that that's a bad idea.
Vrax, Hope?
Range is my specialty too. So it wouldn't matter for me if it's skies, ground, as long as I can hit them.
I feel like we did purchase some potions last time we were in town, so I feel like we distribute those out evenly, and we should be at least help us somewhat.
Some is an understatement.
We bought the shop.
And have all the shop attendants and blacksmiths and merchants left already?
You would
Assume
gather,
so,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
There's probably just a handful of people, elderly people who just, would stay behind. The sick who can't move. And kind of at this point where everybody's just kind of sitting around, you hear glass breaking. Maybe it's not your house, but it's a house on your street.
Yeah, go stick. I'm gonna get up and go walk and peer my head.
Yeah,
out
I'm
the
gonna
door.
follow him.
You see kind of a roll me a perception check once you go outside and
Both?
kind of peer off to your left where the sound came from.
20.
Thanks.
Axton gets out there first and it kind of sees a flash of black. You know, it looks like somebody's foot kind of going into a house through a window. I hope you don't see anything.
What do you see, Axton?
I saw someone going into that house through a window. I think we've got looters.
Let's go get him.
I'm gonna stick my head back in the house and be like, hey, I think we got streets here. The town isn't even empty yet. To yell to everybody inside, and I'm gonna head over next door.
Vrax, Vespire, you want to stay?
Have fun. I'm focused on the dragon. I don't care about anything. I'm just focusing on the battle ahead.
And Vespire is sitting along with Vrax, thinking that, this is a minor issue, and the dragon is most likely going to damage or destroy most of what they're looting anyway.
Come on, Hope. I got a good feeling about this.
All right.
So, do you want to just head over there, or are you going stealthy? You want to sneak up on them? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's attempt, right?
You know what? Just for this, I am going to go ahead and cast invisibility on both of us.
All right.
All right.
Fire Aga.
You guys are invisible. Vrax, your griffin is in the backyard, by the way.
Okay.
You've got it trained enough that you don't even need to tie it up. It will obey your commands, and if you say stay, it will stay, unless its life is in danger.
Okay.
And then it will try to attempt to come back once the danger is gone.
All right. Well, since we're invisible, let's go sneak over there.
Okay.
Alright. So you make your way up. You kind of get up to the house. It's 2 or 3 houses down. There's 2 houses down. The front window is smashed in.
I'm gonna peer in the window and see what I can see.
All right, roll me a perception check. Do you have on your goggles?
Absolutely. It's dark out. See? Right here.
Yeah.
24.
All right. So looking in, it looks like some drawers are open. Looks like this is like a sitting area.
Mm-hmm.
Some the things are just tossed, and listening in, you can hear people rummaging through stuff while inside.
I'm gonna kind of whisper to the general area where I assume Hope is, since we're both invisible. There's definitely somebody in there.
All right.
Still.
All right. Let's go in.
All right. Do you want to go in the window?
It's up to you.
Screw
Let's
it.
go.
I'm gonna push open the front door.
Okay.
Sorry to smash open the front door.
You're just gonna
You're
smash it open.
invisible.
Huh?
No, I mean, I'm gonna try to kick open the door. I'm invisible, but I'm gonna try to kick open the door.
All right. So roll me a strength check.
Okay. Oh, come on, strength. Fail me now. 10. Bah!
Yeah, you're able to kick it open. It doesn't like fly off the hinges or anything.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what? That's actually better.
It cracks, and then you have to kind of push it a little bit. The second you kick it, your form, whoop,
That's fine.
you drop invisibility.
I bust in the front door then at this point, and I go, "Who's in here?"
You can kind of hear like, and then it just
Yeah.
stops. and then you hear scurrying upstairs.
Don't do this. Just come down. Oh, no harm, no foul. Just leave what you took and get out of here. And I wait and I see if I hear anything. No response.
Silence.
I start walking up the stairs. Very clearly, since I know Hope is somewhere around me.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm walking up the stairs, I cast Thaumaturgy on myself and make my voice 3 times louder. Go, I really don't want to do this. Just come out as I walk further up the stairs.
All right. So, as you cast that, you're and you, for a second there's nothing, and then thud. And it sounded like it came from outside.
From outside. I go, Hope, check outside. I think he jumped out the window.
I go outside.
I look out the. Is there? I guess is there windows on this floor or not in the the hallway or?
No, not immediately around you.
All right. I look. Is there doors around me?
There, like the second you went to the door, the stairs go up,
Mm-hmm.
and then to the left is where that the sitting area is. Past that is like a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
On the right hand side, it's kind of like the dining area.
Okay. Did I hear roughly like?
It's not like
I
coming from
know.
the back.
Okay. I'm gonna walk and just see if I can peer out the window, wherever I think this guy jumped from, if that's okay.
Yeah. So you head upstairs. You go into one of the bedrooms that are upstairs. Mm-hmm. One of the windows is wide open. There is like a couple of brass candlesticks on the candle holders, like on the ground. And then you look out the window and you see below you a kid kind of holding his arm, just going, like just wrenching in pain, just like kind of out of breath, catching his breath.
So I'm gonna peer out the window, look down at him and see this didn't have to happen. Why? Just why? Even though I know he's in pain and probably in shock, I'm just very discreet, nonchalant out the window. Come on, man.
And looking at his arm, it's definitely broken. When he fell out the window, he kind of, most likely put his hand down to brace his fall, and it just snapped.
How far down of a drop is this?
It's a 2-story house, so 20 feet.
Okay. Screw
Try
it.
to get in the backyard.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the front yard, you don't see anything. You hear, so you go around, you hop the small little fence that's there, turn around the corner, and you see this. He's probably a late teen, just wrenching in pain, holding his arm, like squirming on the ground.
So you think you could still run over there?
He looks around in a frantic panic.
Hey, up here, focus on me. What are you even looking at?
Voices. Voices.
I think that's your conscience, kid.
This is a bad time to steal. Why did you do this?
And he kind of just sits there and thinks to himself. He thinks this is conscience.
Well, kid, answer your conscience. It's speaking to you.
Easy pickings. Everyone's leaving. No one knows why. And he's still holding his arm. Oh, my arm!
Well, you should have been leaving too, not stealing.
You heard her, kid. I say, don't move. I'm coming down, and I go downstairs.
He's still laying down, kind of like rolling and. So eventually you make it downstairs, and
I'm gonna kneel down next to this kid, and with my most dire clerical mean look, like
Mhm.
I'm somebody that you like at church that you pissed off the priest, and I'm gonna stare down at this kid and be like, listen, I'm gonna fix your arm, but you go tell any of your little just beatnik friends, because I can tell, I don't know if I can tell, but I can tell that you run with a weird crowd. So you tell any of them that they start doing this, they're gonna have to deal with me and their conscience.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna reach down, I'll cast Cure Wounds on his arm.
His bone cracks back in, and the skin forms over top.
I'm gonna grab him by like his scuff and stand him up on his feet. Get out of here! And I kick him in the ass.
Yeah, he's holding his button and then runs out of view.
I look to where I heard Hope's voice coming from, and I say, "Well, I mean that was kind of fun. Like,
It was.
you know, it's something to break the tension."
Yeah. But you know there's gonna be more.
Yeah. Well, we can't fix it all, but
No.
we stopped one, and maybe the rumors will spread. And I don't know. I mean,
Hopefully he thinks his conscience.
well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it felt good to do something that we know we can fix.
Yeah.
But we should probably get ready for tomorrow.
Is this stuff like you're still like on the ground? You pick it up.
No, it was upstairs. He dropped it.
Oh, you dropped it. Okay.
Whenever Axton said it before, and then like he was like trying to
Okay.
be quiet with it, but he ended up dropping the stuff, and then with his thumb at Turkey spell, like he was just trying to like leave at that point, but just didn't want to go out the front door, and it just scared the crap out of him. And when you roll a 3, you fall.
So, well, let's head home.
That sounds good.
So Hope
Walk
drops
back.
her invisibility spell, and
Or
you
do I?
guys pass Marwin on the steps, and he gives a nod as he's smoking his pipe.
Give him a nod back. Head inside.
All right. So
Before-
Mhm.
Before I go inside, I kind of actually I want to hear where Vrax is, but I want to still stick around the house, but I want to find like a quiet spot.
Okay. Yeah. Vrax and Vespire, what have you guys been doing?
I was sat in the same place.
I was gonna
Just
say
meditating.
time hasn't really passed that long, has it?
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went into the room and kind of am just, relaxing, resting, thinking about tomorrow.
Okay. So Axton and Hope come back into the house to find Vespire in the great room, kind of looking at the fire, just thinking. Vrax is finishing up his meal in the dining room. Gwen is gathering the plates that were in there.
Well, it seems the not telling people why everyone's leaving is leading punks to start looting. Well, we sent one of them straight.
That's one less thing you'll have to do later,
Very
I
true.
suppose.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Might not have to worry about that at all. Bah! We're gonna be fine. I have a good feeling about this,
Yeah.
guys.
We know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys, but there's enough excitement for me for today. I think I'm gonna head in bed a little bit early.
All right.
And I'm gonna head off to my bedroom.
All right. So Axton makes it upstairs.
Vrax gets up from the dining room table and just finds a window and just looks out the window.
Moves the curtains aside a little bit, kind of staring out. There's still commotion outside. Distant, but there is.
Vespire is just going to be by the fire. I guess, like, looking at his arrows and checking to make sure they're sharp.
You put your thumb on a couple of the arrows and where you find a dull spot, you pull out a piece of stone and start carving it a little bit to make it sharper, making sure the feathers are in place. You're kind of being very particular about the placement of it, maybe just to keep your mind off of things, and just focusing on something that's right here in front of you at the time period, at the time. Hope?
Yes.
Anything you're doing?
Actually, yeah, I wanna head to my room, tell everybody night, and I'm going to open my windows just if there was a breeze or anything. I'm going to look at my owl Celeste. Well, we've been through a lot together, and I wish to. I'm talking to the owl.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying, oh, nice. I wish you could talk to me again.
He kind of cocks his head to the side.
And give me answers.
It blinks both of his eyes, but like counter intuitively. So it's like 1, 2.
So once again, Ayala, I call to you. Guide me. And that's all I ask. Then I go to bed.
And as the night approaches, Vespire, Marwin, and Vrax eventually go to their beds. Candles all out. And you wake up the next morning. A little uneasily rested, but still rested nonetheless. All spells are regained. All hit dice replenished. It's before dawn. And you kind of woken up by a pounding on the door. And looking out I think Axton's room actually looks out to the front. And looking out, it's one of the monsters. They give you a nod and give a nod back. As Axton wakes up, the rest of his companions, food's already been put out on the table. Everyone has a good breakfast. As you head out to town, early morning breeze. Still humid in the air. Heading north out of the Tinker's District, you kind of look over to the Blue Kite, which has a closed sign on it. You pass the bar where Marwin had his confrontation with a fellow bard, and that's where also you met his mentor at. You make your way up to kind of the Coliseum where they're making final preparations on putting everything in. Vrax, you're flooded with the memory of first coming here and fighting in the Coliseum against Victor and having a wonderful fight. And as everyone gets into place, where would you guys like to be staged at?
Oh, boy. point of fact, I have my owl familiar with me.
Okay.
Just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I have.
Um,
I always have mine.
yeah. Where are the ground troops set up?
They're pretty much hidden around the cavalry of where Vrax had, because there's shops and little alleyways, and they put up boards across the rooftops to kind of cover their concealment from up top. And the horses are kind of staged there. Vrax is on his mount, I would assume, right? On your griffin?
Yep. I'll be on my griffin, and I'm going to be probably with the troops that I was training.
Okay, so Vrax is kind of gives a nod to the rest of the group as he peels off from everyone heading to the Coliseum, and make sure that everyone has got their chains and they're paired up how they were practicing and staged up basically around the Coliseum. So that way, where anywhere where this guy lands, they can come out at all sides and kind of AT-AT their legs. The one of the airships, if you look north, is kind of a little bit further in the distance. The other two are staged at the Tinkers and at the Tinkers and the Mages. So the Traders District, the one that's in the middle, is far north. Looking around at rooftops, they have the ballistas up there as well, and everybody's kind of hunkered down. So there's people kind of staged out everywhere.
All right. I want to find a group of just not cavalry, of infantry that's probably pretty close to where Zabin is going to be set up.
Okay. Looking around and kind of gathering around, Zabin is on the kind of where the entrance to the Coliseum is at. Mm-hmm. Or he's on the back side of the Coliseum where they bring in the slavers and stuff. And he's holding a device that looks very similar to the cylinder that contains the spark. There's actually lightning that's shooting around inside of it. And looking around, you see three acolytes bring out the exact same. They look to you, Axton. They kind of put out their hand for the keys.
Yeah, I will give them the keys.
So they grab it and start heading over to your house. So Zabin's sitting there and he's kind of looking at the fake spark. All of this for this.
Dragons, man.
Well, it'll be one less that we have to worry about. And he kind of extends out his hand. Give a good gladiator handshake.
Yeah.
Wrist to wrist.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're going to be here with me?
Yeah, this seems more like my kind of fight.
Good.
I'll have your back.
Vespire, where do you go?
I'm going to go with one of these staged airships.
Okay. You want to go to the one that's at the Mages? Or you want to go to the one that's back in the Tinkers?
I'll go with the Mages. That's fine.
Okay.
They're the ones with the device, right?
The device is actually set up around the Coliseum.
Okay.
Actually in front of the Coliseum.
Or you know what? The other airship. Is there anybody of like importance on there?
The other two airships.
Yeah.
Jacko is in the furthest one away. The one
Okay.
that's out by sea.
And it's out. It's actually up flying right now.
Yes.
Okay. What about the ballista? Is there anybody like in control, like charging the ballista?
Yeah, there's 4 ballistas per airship, 2 on each side.
Okay.
And then there's 4 people manning each one of those ballistas.
All right. I'll go and
And there's,
I guess I'll-
on the rooftops as well, there's ballistas to kind of pierce, like their plan is to pierce through the wing and slam it into the ground. So that way he can't have
well,
mobility.
if the mages are on one and Jocko's on the other, I'll go on the third one.
Okay.
Just so there's like command and control on all of them.
Yeah. So you had the one that's in the mages district. So, sorry, I'm just drawing a little map so that way I know. And Vrax, you can get within, I'd say 60 feet of the Coliseum is the closest you can probably get to.
Okay.
Vespire, you're going to be like 200 feet, but you're going to be in an airship. Axton's going to be right on top of it. Jacko's probably about 2,000 feet north. He's over the sea. And Hope, where would you like to be?
I'll be in the up with the mages too.
Okay. The opposite of Vespers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you kind of give a nod to everybody and you head back over to the Tinker's District. What did I say? 200? Did I say 250? What did I say for you, Vesper?
I think so. I think you said 200.
200. I'm just trying to get a...
Can I clarify one thing real quick? When I gave those acolytes, I wouldn't give them the whole ring of keys. I would have just given them the key to the front door.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh wait. What's the range of everything? I need to figure out what range I'm at.
Right now, from where you're at, is going to be 200. But the plan is to basically circle the city.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Vespire, going the opposite direction. So you'll be going clockwise around the Coliseum. Vespire will going counterclockwise around the
And how
Coliseum.
far from that to the dragon?
They're going to try to stay at least 120 feet away from the dragon. But if the dragon moves
perfect.
around, they're going to be kind of circling the dragon.
Okay, so as long as it's 120 feet range. Okay, perfect.
With Jacko's kind of being right on top of it, so that way they can just hammer spells.
Okay,
Sorry, I should have made that all clear.
that's all right. I was like, wait, I don't think I could reach.
So,
Okay, cool.
so with everyone staged,
What about Marwin?
Marwin is going to be on Hope's airship. He said, "I'm coming with you, Mom."
Oh, he's lucky I don't blast him.
And he kind of gives a wink, nervously, but not for the intentions of scared of you, just scared in general.
Yeah.
But he's keeping his composure as well. So, as the sun starts to crest in the east above, the airships dismount and kind of start slowly descending forward. It's hard. Axton, Vrax, it's very silent where you are. Can't hear much of anything right now. It's eerily calm around as well. To the north, there's early storms kind of on the horizon, with the wind starting to pick up gusts heading south. Storms moving in from the north. Vesper, you're kind of looking out towards the sun, and in the crest of the sun, you kind of see something moving. That's getting bigger in the shade, and eventually, you start hearing as these winds are now kind of crosswinding, coming at the city itself. Eventually, the form you can start to see through the sun, pretty much. It's a form of a dragon, a form of a blue dragon with a horn, single horn sticking out from the tip of his nose. As it gets closer, just louder. That's all you hear. Just and the horses start getting uneasily. The airships start to slow into kind of a standstill as Mombin starts to circle around the outside of the city. He's looking down. His form is kind of terrifying to both you, Vesper, Hope, and Marwin. Marwin's seen only the head of this thing, but it is huge. It's almost the size of the Colosseum itself. As he rounds to the west of the city, moving at incredible speed, comes around the Tinker's District, up through the Trader's District. The shadow just overlooms almost the entire city as he comes down and crests up. Lands, boom, boom, on the Colosseum itself and peers over. Zabin looks up, and Axton, this is your first time seeing him as well. And his mouth is just grinning from ear to ear. His teeth are kind of protruding through his lips, coming down as well.
Well, look who it is.
Zabin holds up the cylinder, the lightning in it. Is this what you're looking for, ugly?
So it is.
Well, and he draws his sword. You got to fight us for it. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. So, thank you all for coming out.
I'm just biting the crap out of my fingernails, dude.
Cast Death Ward on myself.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Make sure to come out next week. Next week will be our season finale. So it's been a long journey to where we are right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll probably, well, it depends on these guys, but we might stick around for a little bit to answer questions if you guys want to talk a little bit. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but we're going to take a short little break and then we'll be right back. So stick around. We'll be right back.